So, okay, okay.
This call is now being recorded.
रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट हो चुकी है सर।
A very good morning, everyone.
No,
Myself
sir.
is,
Let chief guest to join.
yes. Uh, Vidyaji, I am audible?
यस सर, यस सर,
Okay.
Yes, yes. You're audible.
Visible and audible both.
बिल्कुल।
Okay. A very good morning, everyone. Myself is Dr. Muhammad Shaukat Ansari, Associate Professor of English and IQAC Coordinator at MLSM College. I, on behalf of MLSM College family, extend my warm felicitation to our revered guest speaker, esteemed resource persons, and valued participants. I trust that the discussions and deliberations in this outstanding academic event will prove insightful, useful, and fruitful. I welcome our proactive, dynamic, and learned principal, Professor Vidyanath Jha sir, as the patron and chairperson of this webinar. The topic of this webinar is role of botanicals as human immunobooster during COVID-19 pandemic. Really, it's very interesting, exploratory, and insightful. COVID-19 pandemic is unique, distraught, and unprecedented in several aspects and has challenged healthcare systems across the globe. In return, it has magnified our interest in the firmament of botanicals and their medicinal effectiveness and usefulness. The coronavirus pandemic has turned the world's attention to the immune system, the body's defense mechanism, as well as force against disease causing bacteria, viruses, and other organisms that we touch, ingest, and inhale every day. Our immune system, in fact, is programmed to identify and protect us from various types of health threats. Many symptoms that we actually associate with the disease are the dominating work of the immune system to wash out the germs from the body. It is in this backdrop the topic of this national webinar, that is role of botanicals as human immunobooster during COVID-19 pandemic, assumes significance, relevance, and meaning. The topic is really worth deliberation, worth investigation, and worth elaboration. Exclusively, explicitly in the context of coronavirus pandemic. While giving a start to this wonderful webinar that's going to happen amidst us, I would like to request Professor Shahnaz Jamil, the head department of botany, MLSM College, and the convener of this webinar, to welcome our illustrious chief guest, distinguished resource persons, as well as our valued participants. In addition, she is requested to introduce the topic and propound its thematic relevance. Over to Professor Shahnaz Jamil. Professor Shahnaz Jamil. Hello, Professor Shahnaz Jamil.
Yes, speaking.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. Please go
yes,
ahead.
yes, speaking.
Please go ahead.
Uh, Good morning, everybody. Respected principal and the honorable resource persons and my colleagues from different departments, colleges and universities. I extend a warm welcome to everybody for joining this webinar organized by Department of Botany and under aegis of IQAC MLSM College, a constituent unit of Lalit Narayan Mithila University, Darbhanga. The title of webinar is Role of Botanicals as Human Immunobooster During COVID-19 Pandemic. It is appropriate time to talk regarding novel coronavirus 19. As we know, a strong immune system could be the perfect solution to tackle COVID-19. Long ago, the plant extracts could do a lot of strengthen the body. Botanicals are important on the quality of extract being used and that the dosage used is adequate because not only extracts are the same. Doctors are still reluctant to prescribe these natural botanicals medicines, but with more robust pharmacokinetic studies, it might be more accepting. Clinical trials on botanicals and immunity must focus on populations and benefit the most from immune support such as children, but there is also a lack of evidence for botanicals targeting this specific age from a specific function. While a COVID vaccine is not available, yet Dr. Ghosh, Western Sydney University, described a combination therapy of traditional medicine and pharmaceuticals intervention is the best strategy now. He named few botanicals with natural immune boosting properties in human, such as curcumin, turmeric, garlic, green tea, black cumin, etc. In the last few years, cinnamon has also shown immunity modulating properties and virus inhibition. There is a requirement of controlled experiments on the effect of the main active compounds and their synergistic or antagonistic effect in order to clarify the mechanism of action. As we all know, the whole world is facing the crisis of novel coronavirus since last 6 or 7 months. So today we have renowned resource persons with us to share their expertise on this topic. Again, hearty welcome to resource person Dr. N.K. Shah, Pro Vice Chancellor, Veer Kunwar Singh University, ARA, Dr. P.K. Mishra, Head and Director Biotechnology Department, Vinova Bhave University, Hazaribagh, and Dr. Kashif, Scientist, NRUMSD, Ministry of Ayush, Hyderabad, AP. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time for this novel cause. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you very much.
बोल देते हैं हम तब तक बोल देते हैं
शौकत साहब आप कहाँ गए शौकत साहब?
ऐसे सर
शौकत सर
कहाँ गए शौकत साहब? स्पीड कीजिए।
Yes. Yes, I am audible.
यस
यस
सर
यस यस।
काशिफ,
Okay.
एक
Okay.
सेकंड, काशिफ सर को बुला लीजिए, आ गए, जुड़ गए हैं।
Okay. Okay.
शौकत साहब, हाँ, काशिफ सर को बुला लीजिए।
ठीक है सर. Right now, very proudly, I am asserting that we have three distinguished speakers to deliver their presentations and lectures on the topic. Professor Nkesa as our chief guest, Professor P.K. Mishra, and Dr. Kasif Hussain as our esteemed resource persons. I, on behalf of MLSM College family, feel extremely elated in welcoming them with a Urdu couplet. चांद मुस्कुराने लगा, सितारे हंसने लगे ये कहकर. चांद मुस्कुराने लगा, सितारे हंसने लगे ये कहकर कि कौन कौन आए हैं हमारे अंजुमन में नई रोशनी लेकर. कि कौन कौन आए हैं हमारे अंजुमन में नई रोशनी लेकर. It's really a great honor for me to invite our distinguished resource person, an outstanding academician as well as scientist, Dr. Muhammad Kasif Hussain, a renowned scientist in charge Survey of Medicinal Plants Unit, National Research Institute of Unani Medicine for Skin Disorders, I mean NRIUMSD, that comes under the umbrella of Ministry of Ayush, Hyderabad. His research activities entail: number one, R&D on medicinal and aromatic plants. Number two, survey of forest areas, especially for MAP. Number three, pharmacognosy and drug identification and authentication. Number four, plant biotechnology and molecular biology. With all sincerity and enthusiasm, I urge Dr. Muhammad Kasif Hussain sir to share his illuminating views on the topic. Over to Dr. Kasif Hussain.
Yes, thank you very much, sir, for inviting me. And it's a privilege for me to be part of this symposium and basically the northern region. Basically, I belong to that place. So, so it's a very good thing that your HOD and all you have efforted to just call me and wanted to deliver something related to immunobooster or other during this COVID pandemic. So shall I start my presentation?
Of course, sir, of course. Please.
Okay.
ये अपने आप से म्यूट हो जाता है अपने आप अपने
So the presentation is, hello.
Yeah, please, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I've selected a topic. This Ayush for immunity. Actually, the government of India has initiated a campaign on this Ayush for immunity program. So basically, I am a botanist. So I am working here in NRMSD as a scientist. So I've selected that how can this botanical immune booster of this particular this Ayush system is one of the system is Unani system of medicine. So how it is it can be work as in this COVID-19 pandemic. So I've actually started. I'm going to start my presentation with the brief presentation about this COVID-19, and a lot of drugs and information and everything is available on the net. So I have selected very few plants so as to convey the message that what type of plants we can use for immune booster, and what as a botanist we can recognize that potential of use of that plant in this pandemic. Because as you all are aware that there is no vaccine or particular drug is available. So the term itself, immune booster, is basically it's a traditional term, because the concept is in Ayush system, and in modern science you can find is immunomodulators. Either it will be a immunosuppressor or immuno. It's going in that way. So I'm concentrating on this immune booster. So actually everyone knows about the coronavirus and thing, but the thing is that before starting and going to relate with the botanicals, we have to go with the background of that why botanical can be used. So this is coronavirus. Actually, it's known to 1960. It's not a new virus. It's a large family of virus, or it's basically it causes a lot of illness and to humans and all that people. So what about this specific COVID-19? That it's a entirely new virus. So that has been detected in China, Wuhan, in December 2019, and because its gene structure and all sequence first that has been reported from China, so we can say that the family is same, but the novelty of the virus is that this is an entirely new virus. So it was found in 2019. So that's why the disease it's called is COVID, and it's detected in 19. So it's a disease, it's COVID-19, and it's caused by novel coronavirus. If we talk about coronavirus, then coronavirus is a large family and it's known to everyone. So novelty is that they have a spike-like structure. You can see that, and they attack on the host cell, and this ACE2 receptor and all these mechanisms are available in the public domain. So it's in 11 March 2020, World Health Organization declared its health emergency through its different sources, and it's called as a pandemic. So what is pandemic? Actually, a pandemic is a disease outbreak that spreads across countries or continents. So according to WHO, that they have never seen a pandemic sparked by a coronavirus. So this is the first time that the pandemic caused by a coronavirus, and because of its novelty, the severity was very high, and they have given the message to the world that this is going to be a pandemic. So health emergency situation has been called. So the everyone knows about it, but the symptoms may be high fever, sore throat, loss of smell or taste. This is a common symptom. A serious symptom is that I am associated with a hospital research institute, so we get breathing or shortness of breath, chest pain or pressure, or loss of speech or movement. That is a serious symptom. So that that symptoms need to be addressed. So I've already told by in introductory part that there is no specific medicine or vaccines are available, and all over the world the labs are working on that. And role of natural defense system. So how can we relate with this Ayush and immunobooster? So we all know about that prevention is better than a cure. So immunity in itself play an important role for maintaining optimum health. So if we boost our immunity in this pandemic, so we can do something apart from that. You can see that the mortality rate in India is so low because every Indian home and everyone is using Kala and medicines and described by the Ayush professionals, Ayush practitioners, or whatever they are knowing traditionally. So. So Ayush Ministry has taken a specific advisory as given on March 6, 2020. So training resources immediately given to the health professionals. So training courses, telemedicine practice guidelines to Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani practitioners that has been released on April 7. And most important thing is that guidelines for Ayush practitioners had been issued by the Government of India itself and Ayush Ministry itself. So on April 14, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has given us 7 tasks. So out of these tasks, you can see that follow Ayush Ministry advisory to boost immunity. So a boost immunity, it's a term, it's a traditionally used immunity booster because this is a concept of Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, naturopathy and everything. And if you find in the modern medicine, then there is a lot of mechanism and all that because this is a webinar on botanical aspects. So I will concentrate on the botanical aspect only. So he has given that first was the take care of elderly, maintain social distancing. Still we have to do that. Download Arogya Setu app and look after the needy and respect COVID-19 fibers. And at that time the Prime Minister has told that don't sack people from job. So Ayush specific immunity boosting measures has been taken by the Ministry of Ayush with a special reference to respiratory health because this is a severe acute respiratory illness. So that has been identified by the ICMR and all that. So these immunoboosters had been identified or told or had been conveyed in public domain with the current scientific publication of Indian System of Medicine. So Ayurveda, Ayush itself, it's a umbrella organization and it's A for Ayush.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Okay,
Hello?
sir. Please go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So A is Ayurveda and Y is Yoga and naturopathy. So the classification itself that Yoga we know that Yoga and naturopathy is one thing. Unani third part, Siddha, homeopathy, and one more Sangrikpa is a Tibetan medicine. So all the Indian system of medicine comes under the Ayush. So whatever they are practicing traditionally or they are scientifically proved or they are classical literature or pharmacopoeia, they all are using these things. So what is the concept of immunobooster in Ayush system? So it's basically immunity booster, so enhance the immunity, your defense system. So the immune system is basically not a single entity, it's a system. A system works when all the part or all the chambers, all the things are working in a right way. So it requires balance and harmony. So though we don't know much about the intricacies or interconnected about the different components of the system, but we can call it as a single system. So nature has blessed mankind with abundant botanicals which provide timely and adequate remedies to several health disorders. So these botanicals either mentioned in the, I already told that in the Unani Pharmacopoeia, Ayush Pharmacopoeia, is Ayurveda Pharmacopoeia are everywhere, or it's available as a currently publication. Still publications are coming from the reputed stream journal. So how they are correlating it with the concept of basic concept of immunity booster. So I've already told that the immunomodulator, as far as the modern science is concerned, is a substance or biological entity that may stimulate or suppress any kind of component of the immune system. So the immunomodulator works either immunostimulation or immunosuppression. So there is a lot of mechanism and involvement of different types of defense mechanism cell. So I'm not going to get into the detail of that. So now this our Unani system of medicine, actually this system was originated in ancient Greece, that is known as Yunan, and passed through many countries before itself established itself in India during the medieval period. So the principles by Bukrat, Hippocrates, even you know that the modern science medicos used to take oath of Hippocrates. So he is the father of medicine actually, and Galen, the system adopted by eminent Unani physician. So whatever the theories they have given, that was unchallenged up to the 1500 years. 1500 is a very long time, very long time. So that their theory was very much, even if you go to the American Cancer Society website, the first humoral theory about the cancer was given by the Unani people. So plants has a very good relation or thing, history of plants written by Theophrastus, and that at that time the plants were analyzed or given details about the medicinal quality, ability to change the characteristic, when to take plant, when it is ripe, when unripe, what will be the effect. So all these things are well documented. So improving immunity with immune boosters is one of the key approaches in the prevention of disease. So we are not talking about the curing of COVID-19. We are talking about prevention and maintenance of health. That is the important part, and Ayush Ministry and our system is targeting on that part only. So a strategy to enhance immunity could provide symptomatic relief. So Unani scholars have described many plant origin singletons. I have already told that Theophrastus has described the history of plants and compound formulation, and they have described the infectious diseases at that time. So even there are certain botanical drugs which are known to improve host immunity during the outbreak of epidemic, endemic, or pandemic. So these all emics are mentioned, endemics, epidemics, pandemics are mentioned in the classical Ayurveda, Unani, and all these systems. So it's already I've told that Hippocrates, the father of medicine, and established. So this concept, even you can see that it's based on the four humoral theory, four akhlaq, filth. It's yellow bile, blood, phlegm, and black bile. In Ayurveda system, there's a kapha with pitta, vata. So on that basis, the temperament or mizaj of the human body can be defined as a cold, hot, cold, wet, and dry. So these are represented as earth, water, fire, and air. Earth is hot and dry, and water is hot and wet. Fire is cold and wet, and air is cold and dry. So the main thing is that the basic concept is that that balance of the natural body humors. So whatever the imbalance in the quality and quantity of these humors leads to diseases. The concept is that if any one of the humors or two of the humors there is disbalance occur, so the disease will come to a healthy person. So in our system, this principal mode of therapy is regimental therapy, dietotherapy. It's based on the diet, or ilaj bilgaja is pharmacotherapy and surgery. So I am more concerned with the pharmacotherapy. So why I'm concerned with the pharmacotherapy, because in medicinal substances in Unani system, immobile plant origin substance are mostly used. So some parts, some compound formulation may contain the parts of the animal, as a cocoon, or from its cow milk, or earth origin minerals. Different types of minerals have available, sulfur, and this many minerals are also available. So I'm not going into detail of that. So you can see that the contribution of plant is near about 80% to the system, and 80% of the plant, these botanicals are used in this system, and nearly 8% from minerals and 12% from the animal sources. So basically our system is based mostly based on the plants, and plants we can say that the botanicals and the botanicals in the plant, they have different parts, and even every part has a potential to act medicinally. It's a therapeutic value, therapeutic action. So Unani botanicals can be used as a single drug. So whatever the decoction you are using, everyone is using Quath or Joshanda of Dalchini, black pepper, adrak, this turmeric, and so these are known as a single drug. If we form from different single drugs, we can, as per the pharmacopoeia, we can make compound formulation, and local application we can also use many of these plants, and inhalation in this COVID-19 they have very good preparation for RP-Ajib, that is made from the extract of ajwain, camphor, and two more things. And antiviral properties are also available, the plants which are used in our system or Ayush system, you can say. So we have also very good immunity enhancers. So most of these potential botanicals are used in Ayush Unani system, or you can go in the Ayurveda system or Siddha system. So yoga itself is a very good. So this is a guidelines for Unani practitioner which have been issued by the government of India and they have. So I have selected few plants for reference only, because the list of the plant is very big. So and the topic is very wide. So I have selected few plants that may be useful for the audience and the other esteemed learned resource person. That we all are using this black pepper, dalchini, and ginger, turmeric milk. And you know that turmeric milk in USA and all that, they are selling it as a golden milk. So ministry has also issued that for general public they are using, they have given the guidelines and how much quantity you have to use and what should be the ingredient. So I'm not going to get into the detail of that spices and all that, but a few plants I have selected that that are immunomodulator or this immunobooster, you can say. So one is Cytogia oblonga. It's belong to family Rosaceae, and its seeds are very important. Dose is 2 to 5 gram, and it's very effective in influenza, and its properties anti-allergic action and immunomodulator and also antioxidant property. And this is a very important plant, is Ziziphus jujube, belong to family Rhamnaceae, unnab, and it's an excellent remedy for this cough and respiratory tract infection, particularly upper respiratory tract infection. And this drug has been reported to be the as immunomodulator and also anti-influenza, and its properties have also antioxidant property. So 3 to 5 pieces can be used as a decoction. So Quath or Joshanda, if you buy from the Ayurveda people or the Ayurveda manufacturer or the Unani manufacturer, so there you can find this unnab very effectively. And this is a very common plant in North India, and it's a very useful plant. And it's a sapista, it's a Cordia dicobotoma, and it's an excellent immunomodulator. And in our North India, it's called Lasola. So it's actually its action is it's muscle relaxant, and its work on the tracheal smooth muscle relaxant. So it's also act as a immunomodulator. And this is plant is Karanjwa, and its seeds is used, and it's Caesalpinia bondo, belongs to family Caesalpiniaceae. It has immunomodulator, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antipyretic effect. So those, its a powder form can be used in 3 to 5 grams. So this is a very important plant, and every household right now know about the Joshanda or Quath or the Scala. So they have know about that this Tinospora cardifolia gillo. It's a wonderful plant. It's very useful in dengue fever also, and it's even Baba Ramdev has used this plant for different treatment of the viral fever and all. So it's excellent immunomodulator, and it's very common in North India. So for identification purpose, I kept the stem. Stem part is very useful. Somewhere it's mentioned the leaf also using, but right now the stem is using. It's a radical scavenger, and it's antipyretic, and a lot of properties there. So I have specified some related to the topic. So here you can say that Himalaya, Dabur, Chandu, Patanjali, everyone is making this Guduchi. It's a single drug, either in the form of tablet or churn or yeah, this is nothing. They have not maintained the compound formulation, and these are available. And even our clinical research unit used to pharmacy used to prepare all these medicine itself here. So Ayush Ministry or IMPCL is the enterprises that used to make this Gilo tablet, and it is very effective to increase the WBC count, and all the reports have been published and available in the public domain. And this is very important Shatavari. It's a very effective. Its root is used, and it's a immunomodulator, and actually regenerating, nourishing effect, and it's also aphrodisiac. So the root powder is very effective, and the 5 gram can be used for immunoboosting activity. So these are some antiviral plants that has been mentioned in this Unani pharmacopoeia or Unani classical literature. But you have to consult a Unani or Ayush physician before using that. So why we have to consult a Unani physician, I will show you in the next slide. So the Kalonji, Nigella sativa, it's very important. Allium sativum, it's all known. Gingiber officinae is a household thing, everyone used to take. And I have not mentioned the Tulsi because everyone is available, know about that. Glycyrrhiza glabra, it's a very important. It's when you have a dry cough or you have a allergic cough, then you can chew that Glycyrrhiza glabra. It's in Unani, it's called as Lussus. And Afsantine, it's also a very good antiviral property and has been reported. And this Castuta reflexa and this Caetia fistula, you can see the long part, you can say that it's very effective for this cough and all that thing. And Gilo has also, I've already told that it has an antiviral property. So I've taken only one cutting from the Times of India that has been published in the Patna edition, that drinking too much kala harmful, caution Patna doctors. So if you are not consulting with the Unani practitioner or overdosing of any of these substance, that is going to cause liver injury, liver toxicity, or anything. Even some people have found that their vitamin D3 level and other levels found increase after using too much. It's ulceration and a lot of gas problem and some types of bleeding has also occurred. So too much is always poisonous. So that is the message for that. And because a number of reports has come that people are using in too much quantity, that we can boost our immunity by using this kadha. But everything is in a prescribed format, and that dose has been mentioned. It is better to consult Unani or Ayush practitioner for that. So with this things, I would like to conclude my talk. That take-home message would be that botanicals are the main source of the drugs in Ayush system of medicine, because most of the drugs are come from the plant. So these drugs are time-tested and well mentioned in classical literature and pharmacopoeias, and these must be used in consultation with the Ayush practitioner. If you have Ayurveda or Unani or Siddha practitioner in your vicinity, then go and discuss with him. And don't use too much of kadha or all that things, because if you are aware about the botanicals and it's easily available, so it's going to cause liver injury and other toxicity. So ulcer and all the pathological things will come. So that is not going to be effect and boost your immunity, and you will get another disease. So as no specific drugs or vaccines are available, we can use these botanicals to enhance our immunity in the time of pandemic, COVID-19. So I will say, tell me, I will forget, show me, I will remember, involve me, I will understand. So hopefully I have involved all the audience and the esteemed guests, and thank you very much for inviting and hearing me patiently. Thank you very much. Hello.
शौकत साहब,
Your audio is mute, Shaukat Singh. Sonal madam, can you listen me?
Sokat sir.
Shaukat sir.
Sokat sir.
ऑडियो म्यूट हो गया है इनका।
अनूप जी।
जी सर।
एक बार सर को हेल्प कीजिए।
उनके साथ सर को
अंसारी साहब सर को जो है ना हेल्प कीजिए, उनका लगता है म्यूट हो गया है, उनकी आवाज नहीं आ पा रही है।
Thank you. Thank you.
You
विद्या बाबू का भी म्यूट
sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Kaushik Sangha, for your very bright and illuminating lecture. Thank you very much. Now I request Professor Ta, Vice Chancellor of BKSU, Ara, deliver his lecture. Dr. M.K. Shah, sir.
मार देना है यार, इसको तो मेरा करते हैं, फिर मार करते हैं।
Uh,
हमारे पास नहीं जाएगा तब बता।
sorry. Video. So,
नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है।
हेलो विद्या जी।
यस सर। सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है?
ओके। our principal sir, whether Professor Shastra has come or not on screen, is he connected or not? Please be in.
You are not on screen, sir. Please unhide your video.
You are talking to me or
Yes, sir.
talking to our
Yes, sir. It is okay.
आ रहे हैं सर स्क्रीन पे तो आ गया सर।
Sorry, things are working yet.
I think your network is very weak, sir.
You know,
सर आपकी नेटवर्क कनेक्टिविटी काफी वीक है, इस कारण आपकी ऑडियो और वीडियो नहीं आ पा रहे हैं।
हमसे हैं?
जी हाँ, अंसारी सर आपसे बोल रहे हैं हम।
अच्छा,
हाँ अभी ठीक है सर।
ओके, ठीक है।
हाँ अभी ठीक है।
Okay. Now it's working, no? So it's
Yes,
a great honor for me. It's a great honor for me to invite our chief speaker, Professor Nand Kishore Shah, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Veer Kumar Singh University, Ara. Sir, you please take over the screen to enlighten us with your address on the topic. Hello? Hello?
Please unmute your mic, sir. Nand Kishore Shah, sir. आपका माइक म्यूट मोड में है, कृपया इसे अनम्यूट कीजिए।
सुनाई दे रही है आपकी आवाज।
नंदकिशोर साहा सर, आपका माइक म्यूट है, कृपया इसे अनम्यूट कर लीजिए। सर एक बार सर को कॉल करके बता दीजिए।
विद्या जी, आप कह रहे हैं मैंने नंदकिशोर शाह सर को कॉल करने के लिए ना?
जी हाँ, एक बार कॉल करके सर को इन्फॉर्म करना होगा क्योंकि आवाज़ नहीं आ रही है। और नहीं तो एक काम करें सर,
meantime, I would like to PK Mishra is available. Prashant Kumar Mishra sir is available. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Prashant Kumar Mishra sir. So sir, I would like to invite you to continue. Professor PK Mishra, I mean Professor Prashant Kumar Mishra, is an accomplished academician amidst us as a resource person. He is the head Department of Biotechnology, Director Department of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics, and Director of IQSC as well. Nova University, Jharkhand, he is working there. And he possesses 40 years in experience. Request Sir PK Mishra sir, take over screen and channelize your views on the topic. Prashant Kumar Mishra sir.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes sir, of course sir, you are audible. So please continue.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So at the onset, I would like to thank the whole team of your college and especially Principal Dr. Jha for providing me an opportunity to share some of my ideas regarding the immunomodulator plants. COVID-19. Since the early months of 2020, we have been listening this word, and it has actually jeopardized our life. There is no doubt about it. But one positive aspect is that because of COVID and because of the recent trends of what you call webinar, I got a chance to talk with my very old friend Dr. Vidyanath Jha, with whom I shared benches on Ranchi University laboratory, and I talked to Dr. Jha after say 40 years. So this is one thing which I got from the COVID. So this is really unique, talking to a friend, very old friend, and that too after 40 years. Now coming to the term immunity and immunomodulator or immunobooster plants. Immunity is not a new word for medical and scientific fraternity. But of course, since Feb and March of 2020, this word has gained much popularity, and this is now a talk of Chauraha and even in our kitchen as well. Everybody, everywhere, nook and corner, people are talking about immunity nowadays. So we must be very, very aware what exactly immunity means and what to do to increase and enhance our human immunity. Immunity basically is a potential of human body to protect themselves against diseases, toxins, germs, and neoplasms. Now, let me draw your attention towards another fact, that immunity is not new to our ancient system of therapy, especially the Ayurveda. In ancient Ayurvedic literature, there is one very, very important literature of Ayurveda, that is Ashtanga Hridayam. This was written by Bhagavad, one of the illustrated, what you call, Ayurved physician and teacher of Ayurveda, and he wrote one book, and on that book he has used one term, Vyadhi Shamatva. So he has, I request all the others to kindly mute themselves, because it will be very difficult to say something in that case.
I would like to make a request to our participants to mute themselves, please.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Please.
Yeah, thank you very much. So Bhagavad in his literature, Astang Hridayam, has used one term, that is Vyadhi Shamatva. It means resistance to disease. And this is very much similar to that of the present concept of immunity. This Vyadhi Shamatva is also known as Bal in Ayurveda Shastra. Now, once again, according to the Ayurveda scholars, this immunity system, or the Bal or Vyadhi Shamatva, is divided into three different categories. One is Sahaj. Sahaj means that type of immunity or that strength of immunity which a person acquires by his birth. आप अक्सर सुनते होंगे, लोग कहते हैं, गांव देहात में कहते हैं, शहरों में भी कहते हैं कि ये तो भाई जन्म से ही बहुत ताकतवर है. So this is the type of immunity which is acquired by genetic manipulations, not manipulation, but because of the genetic factors and by birth. So this is the Sahaj type of immunity according to the Ayurveda Shastra. The other one is Kalaj. Kalaj means that type of immunity which changes according to season and according to age. Nowadays, there is a very popular saying, so far the COVID-19 is concerned, is that the older persons are more vulnerable. And why? Because of the advanced stage, they are now more susceptible because their immunity system is not as strong as they were in the age of 25 or 30. So this is the type of immunity which is known as Kalaj. The other thing is seasonal as well. A same person becomes more immune to diseases in certain season and becomes more susceptible to diseases in other season. हम लोग ये भी अक्सर कहते हैं कि भाई बरसात का मौसम है, बहुत जल्दी सर्दी खांसी हो जाता है, बच के रहो. What does it mean? It means that in the rainy season, our immune system becomes weaker comparatively. And that is why we are exposed to flu and other type of seasonal diseases. The third one is very, very important. And actually, we are nowadays very much concerned about the third type of immunity, which is known as Yukti-Krit. Yukti-Krit means the type of immunity which we develop because of certain manipulations. Yukti. इसको आप अगर हिंदी में एकदम अपने बिहार झारखंड की भाषा में कह सकें तो जुगाड़ से हम अपने इम्यूनिटी को कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं. That is the third type of immunity, and that is known as Yukti-Krit. Modulated or boosted by diet, lifestyle, food supplement, and mental status. I must say that lifestyle and mental status is also equally important in enhancing our immunity. And that is the reason nowadays people say कि भाई नींद 8 घंटे का आराम से लीजिए, this will enhance your immunity. At the end of my lecture, I will share one YouTube link. My Department of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics has presented a thorough literature right from the morning up to your bedtime कि आप कब कब क्या क्या लें और क्या क्या करें. I will request everyone to go through it and to protect themselves and their families from this pandemic. So the third one is very, very important, especially for the today's discussion. Now, when we start searching for the immunomodulators, and first enter into your kitchen. This is very, very important. You won't have to go in forest, won't have to go to shopkeepers for purchasing and fetching different type of plants which are immunoboosters. First, you start from your kitchen. And let me highlight some of the plants. I cannot do everything in such a short time, but let me highlight some of the ingredients which are present in our kitchen and which can be easily available and which can be easily taken, and we can get benefited out of that. One is broccoli. This is a vegetable which belong to the family of what we used to use, the cauliflower or the cabbage. But nowadays, this broccoli is also gaining popularity in our kitchen as well. So this is very, very important, very, very important vegetables so far the enhancement of immunity is concerned. So the one thing I would like to talk about is about the broccoli. This broccoli has got vitamin C. It has got beta carotene in appreciable amount, and it boosts production of glutathione and antioxidants. So quite obviously, it is very good ingredient for washing out free radicals from our body, and that will definitely help enhance immunity of our body. So this is one of the very, very important, which is not still really popular, but we will have to switch over to it. It is not only a fashion of eating broccoli nowadays, it is our need nowadays. The second thing is bell pepper, or what we call Shimla mirch. Red or yellow variety of Shimla mirch. Once again, I would like to stress upon कि अक्सर हम लोग फूड रेसिपीज में येलो और रेड शिमला मिर्च के यूज की बात करते हैं, और घर में लोग इसको थोड़ा सा इसको क्रिटिसाइज भी करते हैं कि इट इज जस्ट फैशन, नफासत के लिए आप इसको यूज करते हैं, बट दिस इज नन ऑफ द केस. द रेड एंड येलो वन is much more nutritious as compared to that of the green one. Why so? Because the amount of vitamin C, antioxidant, beta carotene, and fractional amount of vitamin E is a significant feature with the red and yellow type of what we call bell pepper or Shimla mirch. So using these things, especially in raw condition as salad, is very, very beneficial for enhancing our immunity. And if we make it a habit of using it, then definitely we will be safe as compared to that case when we don't like it. Now, this is another very important thing, the spinach, palak, very popular in our house, very popular in our house. But see, this palak or spinach is packed with vitamin A and beta carotene. Experimentally, it has been proved that darker is the color of spinach, better is for the health. And this vitamin A and beta carotene is of great importance once again in protecting our body so far the different types of diseases and pathogens are concerned. It enhances the activity of our white blood corpuscles. So using palak also in regular way rather is very, very important, and this is quite common thing. The only thing is to make people aware about all these. Garlic, लहसुन, ठीक है, हमारे शास्त्र में ये भी कहा जाता है कि ये तामसिक भोजन है, इसको मत खाइए. And that is another thing. I won't like to enter into that theory. But so far its medicinal property is concerned, especially in present situation, if we want to make ourselves safe from this corona pandemic, then I won't mind taking lasun or garlic in our food. Right? So, because it possesses a compound which is known as allicin, which is antioxidant in property. Once again, as it is antioxidant, so it is also capable of neutralizing the free radicals present in our body and washing it out of our body. So I won't mind, and even I would like to suggest, but if you are not very much fond of the smell of this garlic or taste of this garlic, that at least for medicinal uses, medicinal purposes, I think we should try to use it in more, as much, of course, in a prescribed amount, so that our immunity system enhances and we remain free from any type of disease. Yogurt, although not technically what you call a plant product, but this is also of biological origin, and this is another very important factor for enhancing our immunity, because it is a very good probiotic. Especially if we want to search on different type of probiotics, then I will definitely say that this is on the top. So using yogurt is also advised so far enhancing the immunity and protecting our body from the diseases are concerned. Now come to some other herbs which are not technically vegetable or available in our kitchen, but they are also very, very important so far enhancing the immunity is concerned. Everybody knows, and a lot of things have been talked about Tulsi. Now this Tulsi is also very, very important, and just consuming it in the morning is often advised for keeping one's body free from diseases. It contains polynolithic acid, urosolic acid, and rosmarinic acid. And these three compounds are very, very important, highly beneficial as antioxidant, and if it is consumed in proper prescribed manner, then it will be what you call vardhan for the human body. The ginger, you may keep it here, you may keep it in the what you call kitchen item as well. It contains gingerol, paradols, and gingerol. These three compounds, actually it contains so many other type of phytochemicals, ginger as well as the tulsi. It contains so many type of phytochemicals, but these three phytochemicals are especially to talk about because they are very, very important, and their role as antioxidant is highlighted and acclaimed all along. So using ginger also, either you can use it as decoction or use it in appropriate amount in your recipes. These all things are, although we have been using it since long, but importance of these things has become much more highlighted in the present era. Yeah, Tinospora cordifolia, guruchi, or this is also known as amrita. The very name Amrita says that it is Amrit for our body. It is Amrit for our body. And in present days, I think this is one plant which has gained much popularity. Actually, it was popular even earlier days also. But after post-COVID, the demand of Tinospora cordifolia has increased like anything. And being a student of biodiversity and environmental science, I sometimes afraid so far the future of Tinospora cordifolia is concerned, because we are just plucking it out, we are damaging the plant. We should also try to propagate and plant it in our houses, in our courtyard, etc., etc. So this Tinospora cordifolia has got various alkaloids, terpenoids, and lignates, and these are capable of protecting our body from different type of what you call pathogens. In addition to that, these are also very, very helpful in therapy of several other diseases. I think one webinar on Tinospora cordifolia itself will not be enough to highlight the importance of this plant. Withania somnifera, or what we call ashwagandha. This plant contains one phytochemical beta-ferrin A. This phytochemical is very, very important once again as an antioxidant, and this is also has been experimentally proved that the activity of this phytochemical is directly on the free radicals and it flushes out of our body. So using Britannia somnifera, apart from the other diseases like heart diseases, or people sometimes take it for sound sleep, this is equally important as immunobooster as well. Another plant known to everyone, the Avala, Embolica officinalis or Avala, richest source of vitamin C, and it also contains vitamin E. Apart from that, it contains hydrolysable tannins. This is not so that only these three types of phytochemicals are present in Avala. So many other phytochemicals are also present in Avala. That is another issue of discussion. But for present discussion, for using it as what you call antioxidant, these three phytochemicals are very, very important. Or taking Embolica officinalis or Avala is also very helpful in boosting our immunity, and it keeps our body strengthened. You will be recalling that Chyawanprash. Now, several million, you can say, dollars business is there so far Chyawanprash is concerned. And there was a time when people used to say that Chyawanprash to bhai sardi mein khaya karo, but because of COVID, now Chyawanprash is as popular in other seasons also as it was in sardi or jara. So main ingredient, although Chyawanprash has also got so many type of other ingredients, 36 more ingredients, but this is the main ingredient so far this recipe is concerned. So another plant which is important for enhancing our immunity, Triphala, another a household name nowadays. This is combination of three different type of fruits, berries, the Embolica officinalis, once again Avala, Terminalia biliaria, the Harre, and Terminalia chebu. These three are powdered, and Triphala is Avala, Harre, and Baheda. So use of Triphala is also popular. Usually it is taken for getting relief from constipation, but apart from that, it is also important for boosting our immunity and protecting our body from diseases. Now, it is not that only hard plants are responsible for enhancing our immunity. So many other type of plants, especially the plants as well, they are also there, and there is need to what we call enhance our research and interest in lower plants as well. Because there is one very, very important point that suppose one plant, yes, I mentioned about Guruchi. If this plant is overutilized for our own purpose, then definitely it will be threatened, and overall utilization may lead to its erosion or its diminishing population. So we will have to think about finding out other diverse type of source of immunity, immune boosting plants, and in that sense we will also have to talk about some other than angiospermic plant to find out the source of immune booster and antioxidant. One very important and known one is spirulina. Yes, spirulina, and the other photograph, the lower one, is of chlorella. This spirulina and chlorella is also a proved source of antioxidant, and there is need to spirulina is popular, there is no doubt about it, but we will still have to make chlorella more popular, and these two algae can be utilized successfully very successfully as antioxidant and to enhance our immune system. Yes, certain fungi, especially those belonging to mushroom and polyporous groups. The four have been identified as immunomodulator fungi. So far, the general use and general purpose is concerned. The Ganoderma lucidum, Tremitis versicolor, Grifola frondosa, and Agaricus blazing. Out of these four, these have been proved to possess antioxidant properties, and medicinal use of these fungi, especially the mushroom and polyporous, are being promoted in the Western countries. We shall also have to find out certain options from our own country, our own area is concerned. Personally, I surveyed mushroom of this Jharkhand area, and I came across about 238 different varieties of wild mushrooms. Some of them are edible, and most of them are having different type of phytochemicals which can be surveyed and which can be utilized for different purposes, including in our enhancing our immune system as well. So this is another area, a very good area for research as well. These are the photograph of the mushroom and polyporous we tried about. The upper left one is that of Agaricus. The second one is of Ganoderma. The lower left one is of Grifola, and the third one is of Tremitis. So these three are proved experimentally and scientifically proved sources of immunobooster, immunomodulators. Now it is the time to find out much more so that we can supply the things as the demand is increasing, and it will increase in coming future. Now coming to the conclusion, because I have to take care of the time responsibility and discipline of the time as well. So the final word, revert to our traditional food. I think the present situation when there is a fashion of going for Chinese food like noodles and other type of recipes, pasta and etc., it's okay. Just for change of taste, you may take it. There is no harm. But so far your health is concerned, it is always and always important to go to the traditional food. Because traditional foods have evolved in several million years and because of several trial and error methods. So they are time tested and they will definitely help you. Then coming to the second point, revert to traditional medicine. Of course, I cannot denounce the importance of antibiotic and steroids, but there is requirement to go back to our traditional medicinal system, may it be Ayurvedic, may it be Unani. Because so many plants and prescriptions are available in our Ayurvedic and Unani system, which once again is time tested, and this will give you a better result without any side effect, and it will be cost effective as well. Of course, in case of emergency, there is no way out but to rush towards allopathy. But I think reverting to the traditional medicinal system is equally helpful, and as a parallel system of therapy, it will be very, very helpful in enhancing our immunity. The third is a healthy lifestyle. This is very, very important. Apart from the medicine, apart from the food, your lifestyle is also very, very important. हाथ धोना कोई नई बात नहीं थी. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम आज सीख लिए कि हाथ धो, लेकिन 20 सेकंड तक हाथ धो, ऊपर भी धो, उंगली के पोर में भी धो. These are the things which has become popular nowadays. There was a time when cleanliness was I mean, it was the way of our lifestyle. चप्पल जूता पहन के किचन में जाने पर पहले भी हम डांट खाते थे, आज तो खैर कोई बात ही नहीं. So this was our lifestyle was very, very healthy. And nowadays, following the Western culture, we are eroding our own treasure. So my fold-handed submission will be, let us come back and try to revive our healthy lifestyle, our traditional lifestyle. हम ये नहीं कहते कि आप पाषाण युग में चले जाइए, लेकिन कम से कम जो अच्छी चीजें हैं उसको तो फिर से याद कर लीजिए और उसको फिर से हम लोग अपने आप में यूज करना शुरू करते हैं. एंड द थर्ड वन इज मेंटल पीस. दिस इज वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इट इज वेरी सैड. कोरोना से जो मरे वो तो खैर दुख की बात है ही, लेकिन अभी आप देखिएगा हर जगह पेपर में, न्यूज में कि सुसाइड के केसेस बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं. दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ एगोनी. दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ एगोनी. कि बहुत सारे आर्थिक कारण भी हैं. आई वोंट लाइक टू गो इनटू डिटेल अबाउट द रीजंस, बट दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कीप योरसेल्फ cool and calm. Your mental peace will also be helpful in enhancing your immunity. Because this is another research and findings of some of the medical persons कि जो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा घबरा गए उन पर कोरोना वायरस का इफेक्ट ज़्यादा हुआ. हिम्मत जिनके पास थी वो झेल गए. So very important is your mental status. So be very, very peaceful. Try to be peaceful. हम भी जानते हैं, हम भी कभी कभी इरिटेट होते हैं, हम भी डिप्रेस होते हैं, लेकिन कहेंगे तो वही जो सही होगा कि पीसफुल रहने की कोशिश कीजिए. try to keep yourself away from depression, anxiety, agony, etc. And as I told you in the beginning itself, my Department of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics has made a beautiful type of presentation. So far, what you do from start of the morning, start of the day, till you go to bed. खाना पीना क्या करना है, कैसे क्या करना है, उसकी जानकारी तो उसमें है ही. In addition to that, what you actually do, what I was talking about the healthy lifestyle. So everything is tried to put in this capsule, and I would like to request all those who have joined here to kindly go through it, get benefited. और अगर ऐसा होता है तो फिर हम लोगों का मेहनत सफल होगा. So before I sign out, once again I thank the college for providing me an opportunity, for selecting such a vital and very, very important topic for a present day context, and for organizing such a beautiful and such a relevant and such a meaningful webinar. Actually, this webinar will be meaningful, and it is not just an academic jargon or something like exercise of that. This will be for what you call benefit of general people. So I will request Dr. Jha, Principal Sahab, to make a recommendation of this whole webinar and make it as popular as possible. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Vidya ji, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
sir. You're audible.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, sir, for your good suggestions and practical recommendations that begin from the kitchen. Thanks a lot, sir. And really, your presentation is stellar and insightful as well as informative. So I, on behalf of MLSM College, express my gratitude to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for nice words.
Yes. The COVID-19 pandemic and its repercussions remind me a great lesson that is transmitted by the poetry of Rahat Indori. Rahat Indori passed away just few days back. What was his poetry that inspires us? तूफानों से आंख मिलाओ, तूफानों से आंख मिलाओ, सैलाबों पर वार करो. सैलाब मीन्स I mean flood. सैलाबों पर वार करो, तूफानों से आंख मिलाओ, सैलाबों पर वार करो, मल्लाहों का चक्कर छोड़ो, मल्लाहों का चक्कर छोड़ो, तैर कर दरिया पार करो. So really this pandemic gives us lessons and inspirations as well. And while making a compromise with the grim situations that are emerging amidst us, we need to change, we need to modify our lifestyles. And prevention is very important so far immune boosting is concerned. And we need to practice over our preventive measures. I think our chief guest, Professor Sauji, is not connected to us. So I would like to ask our principal whether he is connected or not, sir. Please, sir. Our principal, sir. Our principal, sir. You please unmute yourself, please. Yes. Our guest is connected or not, sir? Please.
Connected.
I mean our Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Veer Kumar Singh, University ADA is not connected, no?
Call
Shahnaaz ji,
principal.
is he connected or not?
Not connected.
Okay. So I would like to turn our face to our principal, and I would like to hand over the wonderful screen to our principal. Before this, I would like to say something about him. Our principal, the patron and the chairperson of this national webinar, Dr. Vidyanath Jha, is a qualified professor of botany. He is a stellar academician. He has more than 36 years of teaching experience and research experience to his credit, more than 100 research papers, more than 150 popular articles, several books on makhana, environment, and other useful plants are to his great credit. Professor Vidyanath Jha, sir, has presented papers in more than 100 seminars, conferences. He has undertaken 5 UGC ICAR sponsored projects. He is associated with 3 reputed international research journals as their editorial board member, also associated with 4 societies as their fellow. It is indeed a privilege for me to request our principal to grace this wonderful event with his presidential address and closing remarks as well. Over to you, Professor Vidyanath Jha, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, our QSC coordinator. It's a great pleasure that we are organizing here a national webinar on botanicals that are of use in treating, controlling, or developing immunity against a disease like COVID-19. Now, here we have amongst us the convener of this webinar, Dr. Shahnaaz Jamil, who is heading the Department of Botany in this college right now. Dr. Anand Mohan Mishra, he is the organizing secretary of this webinar. He is with us. And the other teacher of the department, Mrs. Amita Mishra, she is here. Other teacher of the department, Professor Nandkishore Jha, he is in the audience. Other teachers of the college present here are almost them, Dr. Shekhar Lal Das, the head of the youth department of the college, Dr. Tej Kumar Mishra of the Commerce Department, Dr. Nigam Narayan Jha of the Commerce Department, one teacher from History Department also is there, and the former professor in charge of State College, Dr. Pitampar Thakur is also here. I welcome all of you, Mr. Vidya Shankar and Mr. Anuj Kumar Jha, who are providing technical help to us. They are also here. So I have a sense of greeting for all of them, other teachers and employees of the college, and students, research scholars. So the topic of this discussion is botanicals. Botanicals who have their role in combating or developing immunity against a disease like COVID, which is very pronounced zoonotic disease today. The whole world today is passing through an unprecedented stage in human history. More than 6 months have elapsed since a zoonotic disease first engulfed China, and from there it has spread to almost all continents of the globe. There is still controversy whether the virus, that is a causal organism of COVID-19, is natural or man-made. Whatever the reason, more than 3 crore people all over the world have been affected by this disease, of which 9.44 lakhs are dead. India stands at the third position. USA and Brazil are witnessing the most number of casualties. However, India stands at the first position so far as the recoveries are concerned. Under such a situation, drugs and vaccines are being worked out. No foolproof remedy is available right now. Repurposing of already existing drugs is being carried out. We have drugs like remdesivir, Evirapy, hydroxychloroquine, and a host of others that are being tried for controlling this disease, fatal disease, this zoonotic disease. Plasma therapy, which was there during the First World War, is also being tried. Although there is no foolproof evidence that it is effective. 9 vaccine candidates have reached the stage of phase 3 trials in a record period of 8 months. Our main purpose of organizing this webinar, as I have already stated, is to discuss the role and effectivity of botanicals under such a grim situation. India has a tropical climate, and it is one of the largest producers of spices and condiments. Kerala, is known for producing spices, from where it is exported all over the world. India provides ideal habitat for natural growth as well as cultivation of a number of such spices and condiments that provide immunity against a number of diseases. Now, this SARS coronavirus, or COVID-19 as it is called, is a fatal zoonotic disease. Now, animals like bats, monkey, pangolin, civet, they are considered to be the vectors of this disease. And China itself has enacted a number of laws for their protection to save them from the wrath of the affected people. So under such a situation, what we have amongst us, now this COVID-19 has become more dangerous to persons suffering from comorbidities like diabetes, obesity, etc. It is under such a dispensation that we find that Willow or Tinospora cordifolia, Dalchini, then Indica officinalis, and a host of other botanicals, they are the much looked after commodities today. India is exporting spices to 185 countries today. And we have data that this export has reached to $3 Arab. Arab, I am speaking in this Indian denomination. And products like adarak, dhania, haldi, jeera, etc., they are in high demand. Even to China, which has been the main center of this COVID-19, that China imports 24% of its requirement of spices from India. And then it is high time that our government has enacted a legislation, made an amendment for the National Homeopathy Commission. The bill has been passed by possibly by one of the house, and then again Bharatiya Ayurvigyan Pranali Ayog Videyak 2020 that has also been introduced. It has been passed perhaps by the one section or one house. So the need of the day is that plant products which are proven immunoboosters should be tried, and their production and their cultivation, production, processing, export, all these jobs should be undertaken at a very high priority level. Now, two plants at least I would like to discuss. Our makhana, which is a product of Mithila area in North Bihar, this has also come out to be a proven immunobooster. And it is not without reason that our government of India, led by Prime Minister Modi, who under his vocal for local initiative has included makhana and some other natural products, have made a provision of 10,000 crores for developing the cultivation and production of this crop. It has proven it is a proven immunobooster, and recently an antidiabetic compound known as HbAc, hydroxybutylenic acid beta caprylate, has been identified in makhana. So it has got a proven antidiabetic credential also, and it has got immunoral properties. This work has been carried out at Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow, and it is high time that its production is started. Our COVID-19 has provided an opportunity for identification of products like makhana, and only today I have come across a news item that bamboo, which is a product of Northeast, major product of Northeast, is also a proven nutraceutical like makhana bamboo, and as many as 8 essential amino acids have been found to be in the bamboo shoots. So it is high time we are able to find out the botanicals, just like Chamanpras, one of our very ancient formulation of boosting immunity. It's an Ayurvedic product, and recently Ayush Ministry also has come out with its recommendations for the general public as well as those affected with COVID, how to go ahead with using the formulations which are already there in our country, in all the ancient additional systems, alternative systems of medicine like Ayurveda, Unani, then Siddha, then homeopathy. So I think we owe a great deal to our coming generation, that our indigenous system of medicine, our indigenous system of using our own products, that is enlivened, that is also provided a boost. And the basic principle of disease is that once we lose our immunity, we are prone to the attack of a number of diseases. So the first and foremost task before us is to develop the systems of immunity, and our botanicals, our own botanical products, which are very much found in the tropical situation of India, that are being exported to all over the world. The entire world is looking towards us for the supply of the spices that are proven immunoboosters that help boost our immune system. So with this, I would like to close my talk. It is a very grim situation that the number of COVID-affected people, it took 21 days for this number to reach 2 million, from 1 million to 2 million. And again, it took 16 days to reach 3 million. Then again, 13 days to reach 4 million. And today, the number has reached 5 million, that is 15 lakhs in India. And it took just 11 days. So the situation is grim, and our government is leaving no stone unturned to control the situation. We as academicians also have a role to play in it, to make people aware of the significance of our own botanical products. So this was the purpose of organizing this webinar. Once again, I thank all my invited speakers, Professor M.K. Shah, the very distinguished botanist, who is presently the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Bir Kumar Singh University, and then Professor Prashant Kumar Mishra, who is heading the Biotechnology Department of Vinoba Bhave University, Hazaribagh, and then Professor M. Hassan, Kashif Hassan from Andhra Pradesh. He is in CCRUM. He's an expert of Unani medicine. So, a trained botanist, a very distinguished botanist. So I am happy that such a nice deliberation has taken place here. Dr. Anand Mohan Mishra will formally propose a vote of thanks from my side, from the side of my college. And I would like to say that we have a need to look into the plant items like tulsi, bale, Emblica officinalis, dalchini, adrak, and a host of other such products. There is a need to bring them into our dietary system, and thus help develop the natural immunity system of ours. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your well-researched presentation and presidential remarks, as well as closing remarks. In the capacity of IQAC coordinator, I, Dr. Mohammad Shaukat Ansari, would like to congratulate our Department of Botany for this wonderful webinar. An announcement also is for our participants, valued participants, that feedback form is already being circulated, and you have to fill up the feedback form, and after that you will be able to receive your e-certificates for participation, and the details will be transferred to you by our technical support person, Mr. Vidya Shankar. Now, making this webinar giving this webinar a final shape, I would like to invite Dr. Anand Mohan Mishra, who is Assistant Professor of Botany in our college, and also he is Deputy Controller of Examinations at L.N. Mishra University too. So I would like to request Dr. Anand Mohan Mishra to take over the screen and propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Anand Mishra ji. Yeah, you please propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable resource person, honorable patron of this webinar, the principal of college, convener and HOD of the botany department, my colleagues, the delegates, and the research scholars and students. It is the matter of great pleasure that we have collected here for discussing on the burning topics of today, that is pandemic situation due to COVID-19. From the deliberating lectures by honorable speakers and research person, it is crystal clear that the COVID-19, also known as novel coronavirus, has created the serious pandemic worldwide and has taken several lives. It is the mutant form of SARS-CoV virus, which initially was not so much fatal and lethal, but The mutant form of this has been proved causing serious threat among the world people, and up to date, only there is imagination of its vaccine. Actually, this virus is found in horseshoe bat, a typical host of this virus. From there, it enters inside the human body through an intermediate vector, the pangolin anteater, which flesh is traded commercially from Wuhan market, China. At first, this virus was reported from Wuhan city of China. Later, it spread worldwide through flesh trade and occupied whole world in the form of lethal epidemics and pandemics. COVID-19 is the mutant form of SARS-CoV virus or SARS-CoV-2 virus, which initially shows symptoms in form of simple pneumonia, but later cause acute respiratory syndrome and results into death. Cough, sneezing, high fever, headache, body ache, and multi-organ infections are the result of this infection. Doctors have tried a lot of chemicals on its cure, but up, up till now it is only a daydream. Nature is a mystery. It contains lot of plants which products have been proved to be boosting up the immunity in human body. Immune system is a typical protein which fights against foreign infecting agents. Some selected botanicals have been proved and recommended in the form of immune booster such as giloy, which is commonly known as guruch, that is botanically Tinospora cordifolia, ashwagandha, Withenia somnifera, tulsi, Osmum sanctum, dalchini, cinnamomum, lemon, citrus lemon, the turmeric, the garlic, the clove, the kalmeg, Andrographis paniculata, aloe vera, amla, the citrus medica, and so many. They can be taken as directly or in the form of mixture to boost up the immune system. If this practice will be continued, then we can be safe from the infection of coronavirus, from the spreading out of the great pollution and the adultering in the food items. The immune system has become weakened in the inside the people. So there is need to increase up the immunity by means of which we can be able to fight against the coronavirus. If our immunity will be boosted up or it will be raised up, then if the coronavirus will enter inside our body, it will be like a friend, not as enemy, and we will be able to suppress the infection of this coronavirus. So this is a very important webinar because it is related with the coronavirus. And I would like to thank the honorable resource person who have given the important and useful lecture by means of which we will be able to understand the effect of the coronavirus and the role of botanical which will be able to combat the threat and serious effect of the coronavirus. So, sir, honorable chief guest, the honorable resource person, I would like to thank all of you because of joining us with this webinar. Further, I would like to thank my patron, the principal. By means of, he has boosted me also and all my departmental colleagues to arrange this important webinar. And lastly, but least, I would like to thank the HOD and all my colleagues, the delegates, and all the viewers who have joined this webinar. So thank you all.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now it is finished.
Yes, sir. And
Okay,
सारे participants को
brother,
inform
brother
करना
Anand
चाहते
Mohan
हैं.
Mishra, have you finished your vote of thanks?
Yes, yes, sir.
Because the sound is not coming well. I think you have finished the vote of thanks, no?
Yes.
Okay, voice is not coming so clearly. It's vibrating. And this time we have faced technical problems. So, and maybe because of networking problem. But really, it's a wonderful webinar. And again, I would like to congratulate our Department of Botany, its faculty members, convener, Professor Shahnaz Jamil, and organizing secretary Anand Mohan Mishra sir, and other departmental faculty members. And I would like to give my thanks to the participants because in the absence of participants, it's not possible to go with this wonderful seminar. So thanks a lot to our speakers. I mean our resource persons, Dr. Kasif Hussain and P.K. Mishra sir, and our principal sir, our faculty members, Department of Botany, and while moderating any event, the person who is moderating the event has to own the responsibilities of technical glitches. So sorry for the technical glitches on behalf of MLSM College family. So thank a lot. And again, I would like to make an announcement that feedback form is already circulated. You have to fill up the feedback form, and only then you can be able to receive your brilliant e-certificate from MLSM College. Okay, and there the signature of IQAC coordinator will be also there. Thank you very much. Vidya Shankar ji.
Yes, sir.
Now it's our principal, sir. Can I declare the conclusion of this webinar?
Yes.
I think the webinar should be announced concluded. No?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, so thank you very much, dear valued participants and dear and respected resource persons and faculty members of Botany Department at MLSM College and other faculty members who were participating in this webinar. Really, it was a wonderful webinar, and the topic was very, very useful and fruitful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Bye.